Good evening, everybody. Good evening. This is the Compton Community College Board of Trustees, August the 20th, 24 board meeting. I am calling this meeting to order at 5:05 p.m. Roll call.
Dr. Little. Trustee Lopez. Trustee Ramos. Trustee Dopplemore. Present. President Calhoun.
Present.
Student Trustee Thomas. Dr. Curry.
Here.
Item number 2 is approval of closed session agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Ramos, second by trustee Dopplemore. Are there any? I'm sorry,
Attention. Are there any ways? Get to the
Dr. Little has walked in at 5:06 p.m. We're on a closed session and we had a motion and a second, Dr. Little. And now we're gonna do roll call. Oh, is there any discussion? I'm looking at that. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Third time, any discussion? Roll call, please. Oh,
If you're logged in, I don't log
if everybody logged in,
I'll give them. Yes.
okay.
That's a unanimous yes.
All right. Item number 3, it says request to address the Board of Trustees on closed session agenda items. Have we received any requests to,
No, we have not.
no requests, okay. Item 302, Compton Community College District Board of Trustees future agenda item. Dr. Little, do you have any?
No, not at this time. Thank you.
Trustee Dopplemore,
None at this time.
trustee Ramos,
I do not.
President Calhoun, I do not. We are going to recess the closed session in accordance with the Ralph M. Brown Act, Government Code Sections 54950 and following, and Education Code Section 72122 is discuss or take action on the following items. At 5:09 p.m. At 6:05 p.m. Roll call, please.
Dr. Little. That's it. Trustee Lopez. Present. Trustee Ramos.
Present.
Trustee Dopplemore. Present. President Calhoun.
Present.
Student Trustee Thomas. Present. Dr. Curry.
Here.
We will now go to 5:02, pledge of allegiance. And then our trustees in the leading in the pledge of allegiance.
Yes, I am. All right, everyone, right hand over your heart. 1, 2, 3. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There is nothing to report. The board will recess to return to closed session after item 19. Only to return to closed session. That will be item 6, we put an action taken in closed session, which is the government code section 54957.1. We will be returning to closed session. Item 7.01. Approval of open session.
So moved.
Dr. Curry, do you have any corrections or additions to the agenda?
Yeah, I have one, not as a mention, but I have one correction to the agenda, item number 12.01, regarding to the board policy 2305 annual organizational meeting. Just a correct, just an addition to the language, After the president.co shall be appointed secretary of the board during the annual or digital meeting. There should be a statement that it says prior to the election of officers and conducting any other business as required by law. The board of trustees shall review board policy 2715, code of ethics and standards of practice at the annual organizational meeting.
Now,
That's what it is.
now can I have a motion?
So,
Second.
Trustee Roman, made motion, trustee
So,
second. Do we have any discussion? Please, trustee Thomas. Dr. Lewis.
more discussion?
Trustee Lopez.
No discussion.
Trustee Dr. Lewis.
No discussion.
Trustee Ramos.
no discussion.
President Kellogg, no discussion. Being no discussion, please place your online vote.
So that is a unanimous.
Item 8, request to address the board of trustees on agenda and non-agenda items. Pursuant to board policy 2350, public participation, this is an opportunity for members of the public to address the board of trustees on agenda and non-agenda items. Each speaker has 3 minutes. Still left.
The first speaker is Jackie Barra.
Good afternoon, each and every one that's present here this afternoon. My name is really Jacqueline Barra. Short Jackie Barra. I'm here to address 2 issues. The first one is regarding our history maker, Emory B. Hart Holyfield's name, that is still not outside of this college library as it should have been, because you have not held Dr. Keith Curry accountable to restore it. The second issue is regarding a board member professing to me that she's an evangelist as well, and her name is Dr. Shirani Little. She was seen by me and others on June the 22nd, 2024, at 7:15 in the morning. This board member parked her car in the turning lane of Central and Caldwell, ran across the street with a can of white paint, started spraying her name off the recall signs that we paid for. Next, she sends me this threatening letter to sue me. Okay? Well, be my guest today, because this is in the paper right here. It is the Daily Breeze with a notice of intention to recall you. So you sprayed it. I want you to spray it. Someone said, if she is not guilty, why is she spraying the sign? I said, ask her. Okay? I will see you in court, Dr. Little. You're gonna refund me my money. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this. If the fire is too hot, you need to get out the kitchen. Have a good afternoon, and thank those of you who came to support us, because you know what? I'm not the one.
Next speaker is Leticia Wilson.
Good evening, members of the board and matters like that. I would teach you about this one time. Just when you're on this. Now, there you go. All right. Well, actually, before you start, I have a question because I want to see my 2 items. That means I get 3 minutes for each. Yeah. Okay. All right, put it on. I'll get my 15 seconds back. From here, here's the. Thank you.
Okay, I'm here, as a resident of Carson, a longtime, resident of the city of Glenwood. Former mayor and council member of the city of Glenwood. And I'm here because I'm really concerned, and just discussed it, totally discussed it that, Ms. Shawani Little would have this, firm, Elite Legal Strategy, draft this harassing letter to a resident that simply is expressing her concerns about your actions on this board. Obviously, you don't understand your position as an elected official. The public is entitled and has the right to come and express their opinion about your conduct as an elected official, and that's what she's done. And for you to have someone mailing her a letter harassing her and threatening to sue her is really just disgusting. But, you know, we know who the real Shawani Little is here in this community. We know. I got the call about you spray painting the signs that have been put up to really expose your conduct here and to talk about your unwillingness to ensure that our leader, community leader, Emily Hart Holyfield's name is restored on the library as it was placed many years ago. That's the only thing the community has been asking for. And so we hope that at some point you will do your job and properly advocate for Ms. Holyfield in her memory. The second item I'm interested in talking about is the bond measure. So, apparently the board voted to place a bond measure on the ballot in November. The bond proposes to, receive $200 million, for apparently construction, and other work that the college is interested in doing. And then the loan would be paid off in 2060. I don't know, a lot of us probably won't be around in 2060. And in the end, the residents of this district, not a whole lot of people that are involved in putting this on the ballot, are indebted until that year. We're gonna pay $436 million, almost $437 million is what we're gonna be asked to pay on this bond. So right now is not a good time. It's very clear, Mr. Curry, that you don't understand the community that you are working in. People are struggling right now. Inflation is at a historic high. People are struggling to pay their rent, to make their mortgages, to pay their house notes, insurance, all of the insurances have gone through the roof. This is not a good time. Our community has been very supportive of bonds in the past. This is not a good time for this. Thank you.
Deborah Askew.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I've been addressing the board of trustees, administration, and trustees that under their leadership, the increasing enrollment, low graduation rate, and low retention. Also, their refusal to restore only positive and with various excuses. Now, lack of now. What are we something? The Compton Community College District has sold $35 million in bonds to finance improvement to its facility. The bonds mature between 2024 and 2043, yielding between 2.4% and 3.62%. They received an interest rating of AA from S&P Global Ratings, which assigned an underlying rating of AA negative. Moody's Investor Service assigned an underlying rating of A. Piggybacking on what the point of this rating. The primary objective is to large tax base we will continues on despite the low average resident income. Since 2017, after Compton granted accreditation, they used a series of bond functions to improve its facilities. Including 2024 season, the bond has sold 165 million. Our general obligation of the district payable by property tax. The district now has 151 million in general obligation. Then outstanding. We are a security serve as the lead underwriter. They're very invention. I want to note that February 24th, 2024, the Compton Community College District sold 35 million in bonds to finance improvement. That's just February 27th. Just sold them 35 million in bonds. Now you want 200 million, 100 million on November? But you can't put this child's name on the library, you have your money.
Exactly. They want the residents to pay, the family to pay for it.
Yeah.
Can you get Darcy, the family to pay?
The
Put her name on
audience, please. Thank you.
the family. Put on her.
No regret. Let me get the end of our audience comment. We are now at 8:02. Compton Community College District Board of Trustees future agenda items request. Trustees, do we have any requests for future agenda items? Student trustee Thomas.
I'm no further request at this moment.
Dr. Lewis. Trustee Lopez.
Nothing to add.
Trustee Dopplemore.
No future agenda.
Trustee Ramos. President Calhoun, no future. Agenda, you see us. Thank y'all. Item 9. Board of Trustees meeting minutes. Minutes of the July 16, 2024 Board of Trustee meeting. Can I have a motion? There was a motion by Trustee Ramos, a second by Student Trustee Thomas. Do we have any discussion? Student Trustee Thomas.
Another person on this motion.
Dr. Lewis.
No discussion.
Trustee Lopez.
No discussion.
Trustee Dopplemore.
No discussion.
Trustee Ramos. No discussion. President Calhoun, no discussion. No discussion. Seeing no discussion, please place your online vote. Item 10, reports from representatives and employee organizations. 10.01, Associated Student Government Report.
The legislation view or something like that, that may help out with that. I'll have to any questions?
What date is the voter registration? So that when everybody sees this, they'll know what the cost of date.
So I know that someone is coming for Constitution Day, but we're just gonna be doing voter registration until voting time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is the table for welcome?
I believe so.
Dr. Hurt?
I see there's no.
There's really no question. Really.
I'm like the attitude.
You didn't give it to we just wanted to know the thing. This is really out of order. We just wanted that thing.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Item 10. C 10.3. CCCD certificate. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. English, don't hate me. That charged to my head and not my heart. 10.02, that's why you have good board members that remind you forgot something. Thank you. 10.02, academic center report, John Moore.
Good evening, Board of Trustees.
Good evening.
It was a pleasure today to attend the new faculty orientation. We welcomed 6 new faculty that were there. Selena Anwire for communication studies. Please excuse me if I don't get the names exactly correct. I'll do the best I can. We have Glenn Chung from chemistry, Alice Metchikoff from cosmetology. We have Estella Reyes from welding. Romelia Armstrong, our new SDR counselor, we started a little earlier in the semester though. And Joanna White, our other new cosmetology addition. So we have 2 new cosmetologists in my department, so that's wonderful. On behalf of the Academic Senate, I had the opportunity to present material about Academic Senate, committed to the subcommittees of the Academic Senate, as well as the periodic committees and the other committees outlined in Administrative Regulation 2511. The committee membership vacancies are currently over the summer. We have a 7% vacancy in the council committee and 2 subcommittees. We have an 11% vacancy in the operation of campus committees. And then combined amongst the 79 faculty representatives, we have a 10% vacancy. I recently had sent out an email to fill the rest of the vacancies, so hopefully as we move into September and October, we'll see those being filled. I sent out the updated syllabi checklist as well as the committee vacancies at the same time. And as we plan for the semester, academic senate invitations have been dispersed, so faculty may proactively move forward with calendaring. I'm looking forward to being part of the Mount San Jacinto ICER team and bringing back some of the new accreditation regular things to the college as we move forward. And I'm also looking forward to attending Flex Day and starting the new semester. And so I wish everyone a successful semester and I appreciate your time. Thank you. Let's just do the question. Thank you. Bye now.
Okay. 10.03 CCCFE certificate employee report. Nathan Lopez. Come on down. Hello.
My name is Nathan Lopez. I am currently serving as a membership officer for our union, our faculty union. I'm here in lieu of Dr. Chavez, who has a whole group. So we have a few updates on our union. Former president, that's what I would step down. So Dr. Chavez is now our union president. We are also appointing Councilor Carlos Manoli as our new vice president. And we are anticipating our return to the negotiation. We hope that we can come to an agreement on our contract soon, in a manner that faculty know that they are being recognized for the work that they do on campus. We are also eagerly anticipating the publication of the shared governance report. To hopefully begin repairing any animosity that any that we here on campus between the faculty and the administration, and to really move forward with shared governance here on campus. As I just mentioned, we do have some leaders in our union as well as in our group, and we hope that this will be a step forward to train the leaders really coming to our retail spaces with, service back and all those things. Finally, as you can tell, planning through here, we are hoping to have a few more of our junior representatives come to, board meetings so that you can familiarize yourself with who we are and how we work. And, you know, get to know so that you can understand a little bit more about where we're coming from, in our negotiations. Thank you.
C10.04 CCCFE classified employees report. Mr. McKenzie. Item 11, presentation. 11.01 is Compton College Mesa STEM Center.
Yeah, today we have a presentation from Lorena Fonseca, who is our program manager for our Mesa/STEM Center here at Compton College.
Good evening, everyone. Like, Dr. Chris said, my name is Lorena Fonseca. I'm the program manager for our MESA program, and I'm here to present about our MESA STEM Center. What are the things that we're gonna talk about today? I'm gonna give you a review of the program. What are the MESA STEM Center purposes? Some of our student engagement, optimistic activities, students' achievements, and our future plan. So Compton College was awarded the MESA grant, starting January 1st, 2023, and will end, June 30, 2027, so it's a 5-year grant. The goal of the grant is for us to, implement 8 MESA objectives and 13 components. The 8 objectives talk about increasing the number of economically and educationally disadvantaged students that are planning to transfer to 4 universities on calculus-based majors. And then our 13 components, which I put a couple of them, is what makes MESA, right? So we have to have an administrative component, which is my role. Our student center, which I'm going to talk a little bit more, where we can create community, orientation, counseling, academic excellence workshop, which are particularly linked to the MESA program, and provide professional development for students and student philosophy. So the implementation timeline. So my role was hired in March 2023. Then we did a soft launch of 10 students. So because the MESA program is being housed in our MESA STEM Center, we already had students that were eligible for the program. So we're able to, you know, solidly have a pre-poll for them to think about it like that in spring 2023. We rename our STEM Center to include the MESA STEM Center to include the grant, right? And then we were able to hire our program specialist July 2023. What did our first cohort look like, right? So we have 30 students enrolled. Ethnicity was 20% Black, 76.6 Latinx, 3.3 other. You know, STEM is a male-dominated field, so that there was 66.7 men in the program and 32.3%. And from the pie graph, you can see that mostly are under 25. We do have a couple 30 plus. So what are some of the services that we provide? So again, the center, right? Our MESA STEM Center. Our goal is academics, right? So supporting our students with tutoring, including calculus, physics, chemistry, and computer science, making sure that they're passing these courses. We promote a lot of internship and extracurricular activities. Hands-on activities are something that means more a lot to our students to make sure that they know that they're ready when they transfer, right? And we collaborate with Transfer Center to support students in the transfer process. Again, MESA, we are focusing on 4 bachelor, right? STEM students with a bachelor's degree. So that's what we focus on. Next. Okay, so the addition of the grant allows to request for a new location. We moved from SSC 221 to 215. We gather more space. We have now a workshop group more computers, more study space. We have a program manager's office, a program specialist workstation. And what was the conclusion of this? Well, what happened? 91.5% of student usage increased from one academic year to another one. So more students are spending more time in our center because there's more space, more services, and everything's centralized, right? Which is what Mesa wants. They want to centralize, they want a center where students can create community. That's some of the activities that you're gonna see that were done is for that. Next. So new Mesa funding for programming, right? So we kept some of the same programming, we're still doing our Make It Happen, we're still doing our annual STEM week. Our students are still doing some of the STEM club activities. Well, what else were we able to fund with this new Mesa funding? Winter counseling support. So we had our counselors come in and meet with our students, right? That had applied to transfer. So in January, before the semester started, they were able to make sure that they had everything towards transferring, that if they had just applied, they had a class file on file, and they were able to apply for their associate, right? So right before the semester started, they were able to get that. You were also able to add STEM counseling, which we just finished, we're calling it prepping your STEM journey. Our counselor came in earlier, the first week of last week of July, came in and there were 23 of our students. We were able to, he was able to promote comprehensive class for 6 new members. So we're able to actually get new students into the program, right? And then he was also able to assess those students that can apply this fall. So they know, okay, I have all my requirements, or do I need to take a class before fall semesters to get me fit, right? So, and then some students just got their excellent update, right? So this is some of the stuff that we're doing. Next slide. And then again, then we were able to add a little bit more of the social activities, right? Like I mentioned, next I want to create a community with our students so they can build that sense of belonging in the field, right? So we were able to have some fun, like having like a Halloween costume, our Mesa social, our Pi Day celebration, we did our end of the year celebration where we celebrate our transfer students. And then we did our finals refresh and revote. Next. And so that's some of the engagement within our student population, right? But we wanna increase the number of students coming to our campus, and we have the program Explore STEM, and this is a summer enrichment program. It's actually mainly funded by the summer camp budget, and this is our 3rd year. We had 28 out of 30 participants participate, but I do want to let you guys know that we had about 46 people to sign up. Except there were some of them were put in wait list if they were not in our either high schools, or there was a lot of students in the returning students that wanted to participate. What did we do? It was a 5-day program. We did rockets, so we did and physics with rockets, 2 days of robotics with knowledge engineering, and we added a new component that we didn't have last year, which we added biotechnology. Dr. Marsh came in and presented about DNA, and Dr. Neely came in, spoke about chemistry, polymers. She did a 3-hour workshop, and students really enjoyed that added component from last year. Next. So as I mentioned, we still funding a lot of our STEM club, but this is our STEM club is student led, and we are one of the advisors. And these are some of the activities that our students are still focusing on. They're also always kind of represent their campus and any kind of STEM focus event that we have. So if you see Compton College, you see rockets, and the STEM club students doing something for the college. Next. On-campus activities, so our students are busy. What off-campus, we have 2 students do Caltech Connection. Right here, you see Moira and Olishe. They did I think it was 6 months of research for Caltech grad students. They were able to present their findings at the end of May. This was a paid opportunity, so they were to research visit the campus, so she was going every Friday to Caltech. So it was really awesome to see them grow and see their projects. We also have, some students that are participating in the guided pilots for STEM with, the skills, who those students transfer and they receive a lot of support. So it's like a little warm handout to Dominguez and they get a lot of support already as transfer students, right? And then lastly, we had, Tinidin, who participated in the summer observational astrophysics retreat at Mount Wilson Observatory. He learned a lot. He was there for 2 weeks. He was, lived in the observatory. He got to, play with very cool, equipment. He's gonna present soon to our students what he learned. He did it, the first week of August, so he just came from, he was just able to, participate in that. Next. So some of our achievements, right? So we had 10 of our Mesa STEM centers transferred to 4 universities this academic year. Mostly we're going to stay local, Cal State Dominguez, Cal State, Long Beach. I had 1 student that, transferred to the University of Hawaii. And then, majors, engineering, math, bio, geology, so all across the board, there were, that we had. Next. And then alumni, so I got invited to a couple graduations this year, I always love to share what our alumni are doing because we wanna keep that component, right? Bringing the students back to share with our other students. I went to, Jamie's graduation, who graduated from Cal Poly Pomona, with mechanical engineering, Diana Castillo, mechanical engineering for Cal State Long Beach, civil engineering, from Cal State Lake, that was, Tori Burrow Gates. And then we had Ricky Robles, who actually graduated with a master's in mathematics from Cal State Long Beach. Again, all of these students are Compton students. They love our campus, they come and share their stories with our alumni, and they just wanna share what they have with our student population. Next. What are our future plans? Well, we wanna strengthen the mission of Mesa, our campus, by doing more things that Mesa requires, right? Having our Mesa rotation, we just did it last week, where we had our students come in and really kind of understand what the program's about and what kind of support system they have. But just start that sense of belonging, that they belong in STEM and we're here to support them. Attend more scientific conferences so they see themselves in the spaces. More science field trips to industry, more community building activities I wanna do. Partnership with fraternities. Hopefully in the future, we can do SSTEM or HSA STEM. We're open to anything to bring more resources for our students. And you might have already read the article of Trey going into the PhD program. I do remember a couple of years he came to the board and shared his experience. And you know, I said, hey, he's gonna be a doctor. He's starting his first year. He just moved his family to family student housing because he has 2 children and partner. So it's exciting to see what he has accomplished, right? And next, any questions?
Board, are there any questions or comments, trustee comments?
I like what you're doing, on campus, I just hope to see, the numbers go up and we can continue doing what you're doing. Thank you for the presentation.
Dr. Little?
Thank you so much for the presentation. It's really good to see the long-term trajectory and the impact. And I'm just wondering, are you guys kind of doing that longitudinal tracking all the students or how are you all doing that?
Yes, we're trying to do that more, especially now with the grant, it's a requirement. So, that's the plan. Some of them just shoot me an email once and hey, I'm in medical school, right? So sometimes it's just, a word of mouth, but we wanna put that into data very soon. That's kind of one of the goals for this.
I think that would be great to capture that narratives, just so people can have historical context instead of just the right now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Trustee Lopez? Trustee Dawson?
Yeah, so in addition to, some of the other partnerships, opportunities that you're looking for, what other, I know you mentioned Casa Dominguez, Casa de la because it closed. Do you have, other opportunities, say for some of the other, UCs or Cal States or some of the other, universities that are around to come and present and talk to the students, one, and then also, what about, other employers, corporations to come and, maybe have, I know you mentioned the 4 programs that we have, but I'm thinking in terms of, say, internships for some of those other students. Yeah, some of those other opportunities.
Yeah, so industry is definitely one of the things that we wanna start doing more this academic year. We do a lot of, visits to, campuses, so we took students to UC Riverside this, past spring, and then in the winter, we already have a trip, with UC Irvine with their MESA program. So a lot of campuses now have MESA programs, so it's easier to go and visit these campuses, and they have like transfer panels and all that stuff, but I think the industry is a little harder, and that's something that we're always kind of looking for. And it is a plan of, okay, let's see who we need, the students want to see who their career path looks like, right? So we're gonna expand that a little bit more, especially in the sciences, many times our students are like aerospace, but that's a little bit more close, but we'll see. That's definitely a plan for this. Industry.
Trustee Pebble?
No, thank you for that. Very useful. Very good.
Thank you for the report. It was very important.
Oh, next presentation, we have the 2024-2025 final budget assumption, Dr. Abdul Nasser. Vice President of Administrative Services, Dr. Abdul.
Thank Dr. Curry. Good afternoon. I was pleased. Thank you, Lorena. She left, but she gave me a tough job. Hard action all over. So, just a bit of background, January is when the budget process starts with the governor's budget. We start building our tentative budget assumptions, we present to you sometime in April. And then the government comes up with a revised budget in May, build some more, and then, as you know, last June, we approved the tentative budget. And so now, we bring to you the final budget assumptions. So then we will come to you in September to approve the budget. As you know, by September 30th, we have to have a budget for the state. And so I'll be talking about budget assumptions, next steps, and some questions you may have. We're still in the process of closing the books, so some of these numbers are estimates. We begin to balance 21 million, estimate revenue at 52. As you know, we are both harmless at 5980. Coal is 107, 27.5% calculars, 19.1 in stores, and then 1% reflected increase in utilities. Next, please, the 5 positions. Again, we saw that when we did the tentative budget. One-time enhancements, 630,000. Enrollment management, you know, enrollment, like focus on it, 1,000. But for organizations, one-time, 100,000. We want to continue to meet student basic needs, so we're going to make sure we offer them new programs and technology. You approved a few months ago the revised credit payment line of credit. So that will present to you. We'll continue 20,000 for the OPEC and $400,000 for the Board of Trustees election and the projected cost for the 23 facility following election. Reserves, we got the reserves for the ERB, for the personnel commission, guided pathways, and development work through this program. Next slide, please. Interfund transfers, 600,000 for property liability fund to pay for insurance, 150,000 to support the child development center, and 27,000 to support the guided pathways program. Transfers to capital outlay, as you know, inflation and cost of construction goes up, and so you need something that, facilities being complex, the backup project, schedule maintenance, capital outlay to addressing the disability needs of the food services building. Item 2, 1.5 million for the enterprise standing system. So as I mentioned earlier, in September, we'll come to you with the final budget. The final budget assumptions are the building blocks for that final budget. So when we come to you in September, we'll present to you the final budget for approval. Right, and so many questions. Trustee Thomas.
I don't know if this is for you or this is to Dr. Curry or maybe to Equity. But just when I seen the student meal program, I just kind of got a little happy about, seeing how we can accumulate that and put that somewhere else. Maybe using our farmer bucks so we can use it in the cafeteria. That's just a suggestion, just to expand, the meal program, the money is there. How else can we use it besides just farmers market? But that's just it's about for the students.
Thank you. Every one of these students needs.
Yes, I'm here for the students.
We do. Yeah.
Please and thank you so much for your presentation.
Dr. Little.
Thank you so much for the presentation.
Trustee Lopez. Trustee Doppelman.
Yes. Dr. Curry, it's really Dr. Curry. So in here, the funding for the housing, is that separate? Is that a separate,
It's not, no, it's separate from general fund.
separate from the general fund? Okay. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Trustee Doppelman.
No questions, thank you for the in-depth.
I don't have any questions.
Now moving on to item 12, the consent agenda. Is there a motion? Do I have a motion?
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Calhoun, seconded by trustee Lopez. Before opening it up for discussion, I'm gonna go in order. Trustee Thomas, is there any item you want to discuss in the consent agenda?
When we're reviewing it, no further items.
Dr. Little. Trustee Lopez.
No.
Trustee Doppel.
Yes, 1221.
Yeah, so.
Trustee Calhoun.
No.
I don't think so. 1221. Trustee Doppel.
Yeah, I just wanted to, this, insurance. This is an option for life insurance for students, faculty, staff, everybody that's listed, or is this like our liability?
No, this, 12.21 is insurance for student insurance for the district. So each year we pay for student insurance and also do athletic insurance. So if a student's injured on campus, it provides coverage for that. But also, in the classroom, it also provides coverage, more importantly, for athletics. That's covered our athletes in their.
So it's for the students and in particular, it's for the student.
Students and student athletes.
You have the vote.
That's a unanimous yes vote.
Moving on to item 13, action items 13.01, Compton Community College District, other post-employment benefits, futures, public entity, investment trust funding, withdrawal schedule. Do I have a motion?
So.
It's been moved by trustee Calhoun, seconded by trustee Thomas. Is there any discussion?
Can I just provide just a little bit? So this item is important. It ties to our budget assumptions for the 24-25 year, which we're withdrawing for our other post-employment benefit liability, trust account, to utilize that to pay the pay-as-you-go. Cost for the district is about $652,000, which ties into the actuarial study. So in the board item, we include the copy of the actuarial study through June 30th, 2024. So this is a projection of what the pay-as-you-go cost and how it all ties in together. And so, this is a part of budget assumption, and also would be included in our 5-year budget projection for the district.
Trustee Thomas,
No further president.
Dr. Little. Trustee Lopez.
No question.
Trustee Dodd.
No question.
Trustee Kelly.
No question.
Can I have the vote, please?
Yes,
Moving on to 13.02, Compton Community College District Resolution number 08-20-2024-8, authorization to amend community benefits agreement, visual and performing arts complex project. Dr. Green.
Yeah, so this is a item that we have in the community benefits agreement regards to projects that's over $2 million. It's recommended that the board of trustees approve this amendment to our CBA agreement to add the visual and performing arts complex. In April of this year, the board of trustees approved the addition of the physical education complex. So we're following the language that's approved in CBA, and I recommend it.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
It's been moved by trustee Calhoun, seconded by trustee Lopez. Is there any discussion? Trustee Thomas?
I mean, I spoke with him previously about this, I'll just be short and frank. For a while, we did not have dance classes, so I was a little confused on, his movements, on his performing art when we didn't have any dance classes going. But at my correction, I checked yesterday, we have 5 now, so yes, that is my input, but yes, we were missing some classes for this, and yes, I'm gonna thank you so much.
Dr. Little?
Yes, I just had a question. So it's saying that we are going to commit to community hiring, and we're adding this building to be covered under the collective bargaining agreement.
Under the community benefits agreement. So, I can't remember the date that we approved it, but the board of trustees originally approved the community benefits agreement regards to the project ensuring community members participate through the local unions, through local labor unions, Orange County and also LA. And that agreement was approved originally in December of 2018. And so, we've been working, that's what we're initially asked to do. And in April 2019, we brought forward this agreement. And so we've been monitoring the agreement. The only project that's not been included is student housing, which we had a conversation with labor, Orange County and LA, labor groups in regards to that. But we're continuing to add projects, and the next project is the performing arts. Because right now we're limited architects, we're typically, it'll be, through the limited architects sometime this academic year. We're gonna move forward with that project, and go out to bid. We'll be in the bid documents, we want to make sure we include community benefits. One of the concerns that some board members may have about community benefits agreement is regards to how many individuals from our local area are participating. And so I've had a meeting with the Orange County and LA County building and construction trades about that data. And we're trying to figure out ways to provide more information about who is actually on sites and what's in place.
Do we have a set percentage goal
No.
for participation? Thank you very much, and I do think that it's very important that for every building that we're adding, that there is community participation and hiring, and that we track the percentages.
Trustee Lopez? Trustee Dodd?
No questions. No
Trustee-
discussion.
Trustee Kelly?
No discussion.
And we have the vote.
That's a unanimous yes vote.
Moving on to 13.03 administrative services. Compton Community College District Resolution number 08-20-2024B. Budget transfers and augmentations for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
It's been moved by trustee Calhoun and seconded by trustee Dopplemore. Dr. Gerd.
This is just, annual transfers for the 2024-2025 year. As we do the budget, those budget, these transfers will be reflected in the budget. Once you get the final budget as well, in September, I recommend.
Is there any discussion? Trustee Thomas,
No discussion at this time.
trustee Dr. Little,
No discussion.
trustee Lopez,
No discussion.
trustee Dopplemore,
No discussion.
trustee Calhoun,
No discussion.
and we have the resolution.
That's a unanimous yes vote.
Moving on to item 14, Compton College full-time equivalent student at PBS, Dr. Gerd.
Yeah, so the enrollment is up by 19%, more students coming in this week and trying to register for classes that begin next week. In your report, we did an update about our FTS week. Obviously, if you look at the modifications to the report based off the board, we're talking about the pass modality, we'll pass the percentage online, we will provide synchronous, hybrid, also asynchronous. We provided an update with regard to advertising and marketing. We had a new postcard that went out to all residents regards to Compton College and their enrollment that included a quote from Tiffany Lamar. We also provide an update on the outreach activities, outreach and recruitment activities for the month of July. And we also give you more information about the numbers of individuals who participated. We also give you numbers in regards to a call center and the number of phone calls and emails have been sent for student registration. We also provide you information about the registration in the Welcome Center in July. So the Welcome Center is located in this building on the first floor. I walk by it at least 4 or 5 times a day because I wanted to see who's in there. And I would tell you, yesterday, Monday, it was packed. And students were being served, and were being served in a timely manner. So I was really excited about that. I anticipate the next couple of days that it will be packed as well. We also provide some information in our plan about retention and persistence. It's not just about recruiting a new class of students to enroll at Compton College, but more important from my perspective, is seeing more students continue to be enrolled and come back to us the next semester. And I'm really excited about this upcoming fall semester. And I'm also excited about the numbers we're at Compton College. Is there any questions?
Trustee Thomas.
No, I'm just gonna piggyback. I agree with him. I have been seeing more new students. I've been taking some to the Welcome Center, to the Mission Center, EOPNS financial aid. I agree with him. I just hope that enrollment continues to go up and we have more returning students and more classes to offer that fit the student in a timely manner and more efficiency in our programs that we have here on campus.
If I may add, to add to our meeting last week, the student trustee, Thomas was asking, we had a conversation about just processes. And I think it's important as a student trustee to talk about processes, we'll be able to be more efficient in helping students register or receive services within the student services building. And so she brought up some really good recommendations, which I referred back to the staff. But one of the recommendations I thought was really good in regards to if you have a student that's going to financial aid and they're waiting on a financial aid person, but they can go upstairs to the basic need office, can they get like an alert or a text or something to say, okay, come back down so they can be efficient with their time? And so I appreciate student trustee Thomas doing that. Because people are always looking for ways to be more efficient, especially for students during the registration process.
Well, thank you so much. And I made my appointment with Ruben James to continue to be more efficient here on campus. Well, thank you so much.
Dr. Little.
You have questions about it?
Thank you.
Trustee Lopez. Trustee Dopplemore.
No.
Moving on to item 16, board policies and administrative regulations, Dr. Turner.
So this is the updated schedule, 60.01, regards to board policies. As the board knows, we review policies over a 5-year period. These are some updated policies that we have this month and also administrative regulations as well. We continue to update policies. You know, I had a conversation with a colleague in the Compton Community College System regarding board policy. And board policies and administrative regulation guides employees and the board trustees in regards to how you deal with certain situations. And so it's very important that we continue to update policies and administrative regulations on the every 5-year period, but also some have to be updated every year. Depends on there are some changes that are provided from Community College in California. I'm really excited about the work that we're doing with regards to board policy and administrative regulations. I do want to say thank you to Dr. Shane Berger, who has been leading the effort, working with the different department heads, and also the deans and directors, but also to Sylvia, that had in my office, and also Elizabeth, and Elizabeth's last name, Perez, who's in academic affairs. After the board meeting, when the board policies are approved, our administrative regulations are updated, we send an email out through my newsletter, so the campus community are receiving the update on the policies as well. And trustee Calhoun, the binder should be ready today. So we have board members who have for the binder to be updated, and we have done that as well. That's the update that I have with regards to board policy. And administrative regulations.
Moving on to item 17, information item. Dr. Good.
Okay, I think it's very important. There's a couple items that regards to the information just to share. One is you have an update on the Oliver W. Connor estate regards to the properties and what we're doing with that. I feel really good about that. We will provide updates to you on that. The Board of Trustees, item 7.08, as a part of the Board of Trustees goals last year was updates on the foundation. We continue to provide updates on the foundation. One of the goals right now is to identify new members. The Board of Directors have a meeting on September 26th. They did elect new office, I don't know if they consider new officers, but they did have a election for officers, and the current chair continues to serve as the chair. Item 17.09, this is our update as relates to accreditation. As most people know, our accreditation was renewed for the next 7 years. We will be making some changes to the accreditation actionable items, including information from last night as relates to the board's role, as relates to the new standards. And what we're adding on the actual items that every year annually at the board's organizational meeting, having a refresher update as relates to the accreditation standards. And that was as recommended last night at the Board of Trustees retreat. Item 17.10 is an update on the budget development. Dr. Nasser mentioned the budget assumption, predicted budget assumption. This gives you an update from the state in regards to the budget and where the college is at. Also, I wanted just to highlight, to close out, item 17.19, regards to the Compton Community College District 2023-2024 Equal Opportunity Plan Action Plan. If you can open the attachment just to show what we're working on next. One of the things that we're trying to do, and this is a lot of information in regards to all the action items in our EEO plan, and we're bringing forward in September some updates in regards to our reporting. We have to do our report, our certification is due in September. But I just wanted just to share with you, one of the things that we're working on is that we have all the different actionable items. Now we're going to tie the budgets to that, which shows how much was being spent on the general fund, what's being spent on EEO funds, and what's being spent on one-time EEO funds. Just so we be able to track the projects, but also the funding that's associated with it. 17.20, we have an update on professional development. Most people know Laura Humphrey is Director of Professional Development. She also coordinated today's new faculty orientation, which she's very proud of in regards to the student panel. She said the student panel, which I was able to hear some of with very well. But if the board has a chance to read the professional development update, please do so. We also have a legislative update, 17.22, regarding the board legislative update. And one thing to note on 17.23, which is the presentations and report schedule, we did move back the bond oversight committee report, which is done. I have some edits that we want to bring forward to that. We'll bring that to the board meeting next month. And that concludes the information section.
Moving on to item 18, future agenda items. Dr. Curtis.
This is a particular item, the 2024-2025 final budget will be presented next month. We also have a public hearing on the final budget. You have a presentation on guided pathways, a report on financial aid, which I think Trustee Doppelbaum would appreciate, and then also citizen bond oversight annual report.
Moving on to item 19, oral report. Dr. Curtis.
Yes. So I have a couple items from my report, which I want to pull out. One is I want to say thank you to the board of trustees for participating in the board retreat that was held on Monday, August 19th, 2024. At the next board meeting, we will agendize the evaluation for your acceptance, at that meeting. Today, August 20th, we hosted our annual faculty orientation. They included presentations, also student panels. We have, 6 new faculty members who participated in that, which, Professor Morris shared information of that. As I mentioned, the budget development process is ongoing. We intend to release the budget on August 26th, and we will hold a public hearing on, and also recommend approval for the budget on September the 10th. Tomorrow, we have New Student Welcome Day, August 21st. All new and prospective students. I think we had about 203 students who were signed up for that for tomorrow. I heard they want to have to order a little bit more food for that event, but that's a good thing for us to have. But we're excited about showing our facilities to new, to current and prospective students. We also have our fall professional development day on August 23rd and August 22nd. All full-time employees, faculty, classified professionals, and managers and supervisors are required to participate in the professional development activities. We have Dr. Lori Patton, who is the professor from the University of California, Los Angeles. We also are planning for our grand opening for IB1 and IB2, Instructional Building 1 and Instructional Building 2. That's scheduled for October 15th at 3:30 p.m. I'm really excited about that because the goal is to have a walkway available as well, so people can still see the new facilities. And we have not done the grand opening ceremony for the Instructional Building 1 or Instructional Building 2. So that concludes my report, and thank you very much.
Student trustee report, trustee comments.
Yes, I actually have something to report. So when coming, I'm new to this board, coming onto the board, Dr. D. Curry asked me, come up with 3 things that I felt that I wanted to focus on for the school, for the students' basic needs. I came up with 4. I do apologize, I will be quick. So number 1 is advocating for student housing. When I say that, I say pushing for the development for affordable student housing, where we are, even though we're the first community college to have student housing, I want to make sure that it's going properly, that's helping for the students, like first come, first serve, or how you guys are going to be monitoring. Number 2, addressing food differences. We already have done a great deed by implementing the 1 meal a day here on campus and also having our pantry. But I would also like to add and ensure that we are focusing on our student basic needs, which is why I feel that we can do more. Doing more by implementing like new policies, or just seeing how that we could focus on the food differences that we have here on campus. We have some students who are here from morning, noon, and night. 1 meal a day does not suffice the student needs. That's number 2. Number 3 is student enrollment rates. Registration process ensures that every student can enroll in their desired courses. I want to say that their desired courses. Most of the time, we have students who enroll here, but the general classes are too full. So they have to go to the other classes just to ensure that they're getting their units. Number 4 is to have more professors have OER, more free textbooks. I know that we are trying to have OER by 2035. I'm sorry to say, but we need that before 2035, so I'm trying to push for that. So those are my 4 items, those are my 4 topics that I'm here to fight for our student needs. Thank you.
Now, Board of Trustees, trustee Dr. Little.
Thank you so much, student trustees, for your advocacy for students. Thank you to Dr. Curry and the administration, and to the faculty and staff for continuing to keep focused on exactly why we are all here, should be here, is around students' needs and ensuring quality education for all students in our community, and ensuring that we all work together as stakeholders and recognize that as the board, we work collectively and that we have aligned vision and purpose. And so I would encourage the community, especially with the new mailers that we have and handouts that we have, to tell the great story of Compton College, because as we tell that positive story, we will encourage more young people and people of all walks of life to come to Compton College and take full advantage of the resources that we have. Thank you.
Trustee Lopez. Trustee Doppelman.
Yes, trustee Dr. Moore, this summer and in particularly this month, I've been in the community in Paramount, telling the story of Compton College. I've had the opportunity to, attend the Paramount National Night Out, their Founder's Day, where a lot of residents came out. I had the opportunity to witness some of the top students in the Paramount Unified School District that were receiving top honors from the school, from those particular schools. And speaking with the parents, the students, as well as the residents, would tell them the story of Compton College. Again, I would like to remind everyone as we are approaching here of our very important September deadline for students, community college students who apply for financial aid. That will be my annual public service announcement on the board. Just reminding the students, encouraging them to apply for financial aid. And also, another opportunity to close that gap is to look and apply for scholarships that we offer here, institutional aid, as well as other scholarships that help them meet that gap. Again, welcome, and I wish everyone a successful, I'm sorry, I just having a flashback of, napping.
What?
That concludes my report.
Oh, Jesus.
Trustee Belton.
Oh, Jesus. I told y'all I failed. Hi, everybody. I told y'all I failed math 150, right? But I'm taking it again. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna pass it this time.
Manifesting.
I'm passing it this time,
You
okay?
are.
Right. I'm taking 2 other classes, but I'm on the wait list, so I know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I'm on this wait list, right?
And then you gotta just go for what you know or what you can take to gain.
Okay. But these are the 2 that I need, so if I don't get them, then I'll just have to get them late.
Yes,
You know, that's all I'm saying. I'm on the wait list. I'm like any other student. So I'm back at Compton College, y'all. Hello. I'm gonna finish my education. Dr. Kirk. We're talking about, not really technical in my statement. We left here last night. And I went to the Artesian side. Lord have mercy, was it dark. I know the streets belong to the city. But you know those lights that I see up sometimes, they look like they're on a stand or something. I don't know, I seen some lights, you know what I mean?
The ones that go around that.
Yeah, it looked like we had some lights like that was in the parking lot one time. Am I- Okay, I know what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure that.
Okay, but anyway, you know what? We had some lights one time in the parking lot, right? And so do we have those anymore that could shine that way?
The question is. It's the city's responsibility, and so is it the college's responsibility to use our general fund to support the city in regards to light? I think we could send a communication to the city. As a follow-up, and I just put that as a follow note, to follow back up with the city in regards to the lighting, but also to the cleanliness of the streets. And then also regards to, the adding stuff, and also regards to the bridge and the opening, is that still scheduled for September?
Okay, so let's talk about cleanliness. Cleanliness. That mound of dirt. Part of it. Talk about it all the time. So this is my thing. Can that mound of dirt be leveled? Yes, I know the dirt is being used for something, but can that mound of dirt be leveled? Which will get rid of the fleas that are on that side. And maybe we'll still have the coyotes, but not so many of them. Or can that dirt be leveled and moved to the back where it used to be parking at, and now it's roped off and nobody can park? This is our main interest, Artesia and Greenville. That's my opinion. No way should that still look like that. Can that be, I don't have an answer for you now. And that's okay. Can it be leveled to the ground? Whatever you need to get rid of those fleas that's coming on that side because of the gophers and the wolves. I really don't like when people say it can't be moved, but something can be done to our college. The main sides, the main interest and the better than what it does. I know the city is responsible for the trash that goes outside. We just have to keep calling. I got that. But I'm talking about the inside. That's all I'm talking. And then, I don't want to talk about the bathroom no more. But I am. Lock not on the door. Toilet tissue wasn't in the stall. Y'all know what we gotta do when ain't no toilet tissue, get up and go to the other one and come back. Why is there a hole right across from the sink and you can see the pipes? It's been like that for a while. This is a new building. New building. No way. No way. No way. I think I'm. Hold on. If I wasn't doing it, I'm trying to do it. Or- No. This is our college campus. This is the students' college campus. It is faculty, staff, and youth. And when we have visitors on our campus that look and see that, or go to the restroom and see that, this is a busy building. Very busy. First floor, second floor. And because we're going to close session, I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to stop. I'm being tactical. Deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out.
I'm sorry, may I come in right now? I want to just piggyback a little bit, because I ran into someone who was new here on campus. She was a new student applying, and she was confused on what was inside of the student service building. She didn't know where she was going, where to sign up, and where the financial aid office was. We have all these new buildings around, and this comes back to my meeting with Dr. Curry and why I suggested, we got all these new buildings, we have a new map. I know you told me about the new map that you guys installed, but not everyone's gonna stop there and look at that new and say, hey, this is where I go. I feel we need to insert maybe street signs. That implement which way we're going, which way the student is going, which way whomever new, reoccurring to direct them which way the student services, which way the library is and what's inside that building. We have a student service building, we got 5 different departments in one building. EOP&S, financial aid, the library, we got the computer lab and the study room. We need to signify what's in each building and give better direction. I don't care if that's just following the map, following the color that signify which way you're going, that's kind of the conversation we talked about. So that's just kind of piggybacking off of it, people not knowing where to go here on campus, and that's all I'm saying.
And my last thing, we had a very good board retreat yesterday. It was very good. And we got a lot of things from it, but the biggest thing that we got from it is to put a sign out for the residents and the students to see, this is your bond dollars at work on the buildings. Look at the city. Prop C money, this is your tax dollars at work. This is what your tax, they know it, but to see it, it reminds them, this is what their tax dollars have built. This building, all the other buildings come. Let's advertise what we have been doing with the tax dollar. Show. Okay.
That concludes item 19, oral reports, and now the board will recess. Oh, I have no report, and that concludes oral reports. The board is going to recess to close session. You can finish. We're returning back from closed session, and no actions were taken, so we have nothing to report. Moving. We're returning at 8 p.m. Now moving on to item 20, the next regularly scheduled board meeting is September 10th, 2024. Closed session begins at 5, and open session begins at 6 p.m. The meeting is now adjourned at 8:01.
Alright, so I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'm not leaving you. Oh, thank you.